Yeah, you pretty much got to run 20.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Michigan Motor Speedway for the East to West Apparel Company, East to West Apparel ARCA series brought to you by the EFRL Extreme Forces Racing League. First car out on the field, we got Kyle Lingerfeld looking to set down a quick time in that number 65 machine. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Kyle was 12th quickest in practice, but with all these draft dated lap times, it's hard to know who's going to be fast and who's not. I'm sure kind of the usual suspects will migrate to the top of the board for qualifying.
Oh, for sure. You can always expect Brad Stefan to be up towards the front. Joshua Reese, he's another top contender almost every week.
Lee laid down a good lap in practice. We might be able to see him near the front or in the top 5.
Lingerfeld's first lap puts him in 3rd. Hamilton jumps up to the top of the board.
I kind of felt like when I was dinking around practicing, the lap number 2 was going to be the fastest. So we'll see where things shake out here once we start getting some number 2 laps on the board.
Travis Lepane is in that 16 machine jumping up front.
Joshua Reese is just finishing up his second lap here. Let's see where he ends up. 2:17. I do believe that one's going to be pretty tough to beat.
Travis tried, but he's going to come up just shy.
Well, Devin Smith is coming around here. Looks like he's going to be finishing up his second lap. If he picks up like everybody else did, he should jump into the top 5 here. We'll see what happens. Nope. Slower. Ran a 488. Hunter Wellman's about ready to take the green here. Josh Fox is just finishing up his second lap.
We'll jump on board with that 64 machine.
Fox is sitting in there with the 373. There we go. Now my stuff updated. So Josh Fox at 7th. I have a suspicion that Lee's not going to qualify. He hasn't made his way out on the track yet. Sometimes he likes to start and back and see how these things play out with the draft. Alan Wernicke, he's not on the track either. So going to be several of these guys selecting to start in the back.
Hunter Wellman with a good first lap jumps up to 7th.
Yeah, if he can pick up a 500s to a 10th, like what a lot of these guys did on a second lap, he's going to have a really nice starting spot.
Oh, he's not going to complete his second lap.
Oh, yeah, we ran out of time. Not surprised to see Josh Reese sitting there in the pole position. He's usually on point when it comes down to qualifying.
All right, starting on our front row, We got Reese and Lapenas. Travis, first one on the front row. It's good to see him up there. Row number 2, we got Roy Hyde and Anthony Hamilton. Row number 3, Forrest Hamilton Jr. and Mr. Devin Smith. Row number 4, we got Hunter Wellman and Josh Fox. Row number 5, Dylan Dunford, Jesse Adams. Row number 6, Farron Elam Jr. with Mr. Dan Park. In row number 7, Brad Steffen with Aiden Giordano. Kyle Lingerfelt and Matthew Chandler is going to be in row number 8. Matt Moreau and Kyle Thayer in row number 9. Derek Regal and, well, Mr. Dustin Buck, but Mr. Dustin Buck's up here in the booth with me. And then we got Lee Krause, Alan Wernicke, Brandon Combs, and Michael Steele. Did not take time.
I think we got the potential to see Lee go from 21st to the top 5 here at some point. As long as he stays out of trouble, I think he'll be around at the end for top 5 finish.
That 72 car is always pretty quick. Alright, our drivers are rolling off pit road.
Why don't we pull Josh Reese in here? Is he in Discord? And we'll see what his strategy is here.
Joshua Reese, this is Mick and Dustin up in the booth. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, sir. Congratulations on the pole.
Yep. Didn't expect to win it, honestly.
So what's your game plan now, other than stay up front and stay out of trouble?
I just try to be smart about my tires, you know, save them for a run, while also trying to be aggressive and keep track position, and also trying not to make any mistakes.
You got any kind of fuel strategy? What you gonna like split it in half? You got buddies you're gonna pit with? Well, we better let you go here.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yep.
Well, that inside lane really took off well there on the start. Steele in the 16 car there, or the Lapanis fell back just a little bit there, but I suspect that outside lane's going to get a good run here.
For some reason, the 16 was reporting he got a black flag. Not quite sure why he would have gotten that on the start. It looked good to me.
I think we're going to end up with a lot of racing just like we're seeing right now. Should be a lot of lead changes too.
Love the side-by-side action. These guys are not giving up an inch yet.
No, well, these guys are on fresh tires. I think we'll see some aggressive racing here. A lot of side-by-side, 3 wide.
That 89 machine down low, making it 4 wide for a second.
This racing surface is just so wide you can pretty confidently run 3 wide around here.
We saw a lot of that in practice.
Yeah, a lot of these guys put in a lot of work practicing this week. I know Lingerfeld's lobby had 7 to 8 guys in it on some practice, a lot of drafting practice.
Fastest lap that lap was run by the guy in 15th place. Ooh, Dan Park into the wall, the 88 into the wall a little bit. Guys are getting a little crazy a little early. Brad's
The
stepping in
pain
the
just
wall.
got him. Yep. Passed by quite a few cars.
Yeah, that's gonna completely kill your momentum.
Three wide all the way back here for 17.
Lee Krause, that 99, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, he'll do that. He'll just ride.
Yeah, 90 laps, we got a long ways to go. You don't want to get up there into that mess and get caught up in something.
What a battle for the lead here. Josh Reeves, Anthony Hamilton. Hamilton's going to get the spot here and lead a lap.
60, just falling back just a little bit. That might be by design, just kind of taking it easy. Ooh, 11 car hard into the wall. Not gonna want to do that too many times.
No, you definitely don't want to mess with your aero here or get wheel damage. Front tires are really important. You get some wheel damage, it's going to put you in a real bad place in a hurry.
Josh Fox looking to make a move to take over second.
That 94 Dylan Dunford's made some moves here, had a good run last lap, got a couple positions. He's made his way to the top 5.
Very easy up there today.
I see Dan Parks, one of our bigger movers right now.
Track temperature right now, 116 degrees. That can't be good for the tires.
Dan Park gridded in 12th, he's all the way up to 4th place.
Got a little wiggle out of the 64. I don't know if that was a little bit of a neck move between him and the 55. But he did hold on to it. Yeah, Dan Park, one of the
fighting.
biggest movers so far.
They're fighting pretty good back here for 10th place, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Wellman, Lapanas, Murphy, Thayer, Devin Smith, Lee Krause. Josh Reese has got to run on the outside for 2nd place. Trying to get around Josh Fox right now. I do believe he's going to get it here at the run out of the corner. You can just carry so much momentum up there. It's not exactly where you want to be every lap, but you can carry a lot of speed off from the high side when you're battling for position.
Roy Hyde in the double zero machine out early on this one. It sounds like he had some mechanical issues with his steering. He's in the top 10 in points. That's not going to be good for his race, for his season.
No, and he had a really good starting spot too. He threw down the third fastest lap. I do believe Josh wants first place lap.
Yeah, he's definitely chasing down that 23.
Dylan Dunford and Dan Park got a good battle. Going here for second place. And as I say that, Park got a good run off the corner.
Yeah, he pulled him by a good car length or two. Back to the point.
That draft's just so strong. Park's back up battling here.
So we were talking a little bit before the race, and you're anticipating green flag pit stops, what, around 22, 23?
If they split it, they're going to be 22, 23, but I think the guys in the draft safe can probably go a lap or two longer, but 23 is kind of a fuel load. Dan was hoping he'd give old Anthony a bump there and they'd both go by Reese, but Hamilton wasn't having none of it. He just stayed in line. It's ended up costing him there. He lost some momentum not pulling out, trying to get around Reese. I think the only guy on the track right now comfortable is Josh Reese. Second on back is a pretty good fight.
They're swapping them up pretty good. Lee Brown's up to the top 10.
Yeah, I think things have shaken itself out enough. And that does bring out the yellow. Lee was on outside of Murphy there. Murphy just, looks like kind of cleared himself.
Yeah, unfortunate event.
Well, maybe not. Looks like Lee. Oh, they got a different here. Lee kind of came down into him. Yeah, Lee's gonna probably have a fair amount of front end damage, it looks like. He really pancaked the wall. I don't know if he's going to have wheel damage there or not, but there's going to be some aero problems for the 99 there for sure. He towed to pit road, so I don't know if he's just towing for repairs or calling it quits.
Looks like the whole field's coming down pit road now. Reese did disappear off my timing loop. I'm not sure what happened to that car.
Yes. He did for me as well. He's showing back 19th place. And he must have had some packet loss or something because this car's not even on the racetrack.
That's going to hand over to that 7 car, Mr. Dan Park.
I hope Josh can make it back here. I believe he was second in points too.
Ooh, that's really going to hurt.
I've noticed in the past that sometimes his packet loss, that his connection can be a little spotty. See how fast he can get logged back in here. The only cars lap down have significant damage, so he gets logged back in, catches a couple of yellows. It won't take him long to get back to the front.
That's true. Especially with as fast as that number 1 car's been running tonight.
He's connected back. He'll definitely be a lap down there. But he catches another yellow, he'll be right back in this. The draft's just so powerful here, you can't get away from anybody. I know it hurts right now. If it goes green to the end, he's not going to have any kind of chance of really improving the spot where he's at. But we catch a quick yellow and he'll drive back to the front.
And what's good about Josh is he's got some patience, so I think he'll do okay.
Yeah, he's very patient. There's a reason why he's second in points and a reason why he runs near the front. He knows how to manage the car and to race really well. He's getting 4 tires and going to be pulling off pit road here in a minute, 1 lap down. We'll see what his game plan is. If I was in his shoes, I'd just kind of roll with the back of the pack and try to avoid anything that happens.
Yep. Yeah, he has scored 1 lap down, currently catching up to the back of the pack. We're going to go green coming out of turn number 4. We got Reese and Dunford on the front row. They're going to kick it off in the Geico restart zone.
Pace cars in, we're going green. That really wasn't the best to start for either lane there. The outside lane did not get going.
No.
But we've got... I don't think we've had Aiden in the top 5 yet this race, have we?
No, not yet. He's been pretty strong in practice, though.
It didn't take long for that outside lane to get going and get caught back up here.
Nope, we showed Dunford now in 2 spots. His way up to 13th, just outside the top 10.
He tends to play it pretty safe early on, and races like this where drafting and pack racing is prevalent. Got a battle for 7th here. Elam wants 7th. Lingerfeld is going to get overtaken, it looks like. '88 really dove it down in there. He's cleared the 86. The 86 has got a pretty good run here. He might get back inside of him on entry. Oh, the 86 pushed. Oh, he got into the 88. Quite a few cars here.
That's going to
Quite
be
a
the big
few
one.
cars. 364, 81's upside down. Michael Steele spun in at the tail end here. I don't think he got any damage himself. Well, there's that yellow Reese needed. I haven't seen it used involved.
Upside down.
Yeah, the 86 pushed on exit, and then ended up getting up into the 88. They had a good battle going there. It just didn't end well.
Yep, that one's going to be called on the 86. He'll be going to the end of the longest line.
Just overdrove entry and got into the 88, got him loose, brought the 65 in. 11 car, 64. 38 snuck by. 12 car ended up with a little piece of that as well. I think our main pack just got quite a bit smaller is what it's going to look like.
Yep, that's a lot of damage to some pretty fast cars. Ooh, that 12 car sitting on pit road, that thing is tore up.
Yeah, he kind of got in there late and picked up a lot of damage. Josh Reese just kind of snakes his way through and drove on it. Happened far enough in front of him. He was able to react and keep his car in one piece. He'll get the wave around here and be sitting pretty good. Looks like about everybody must have come down and topped off here. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, it looked like everybody came down pit road once again, which kind of shocked me a little bit.
Well, it gets everybody back in the pit window. With where we came down and pit on that first yellow, everybody was going to be a couple laps short, and this is going to get everybody under the same sequence, get them all stopping the same amount, and it's topping off is going to reduce everybody's need to come down pit road one time. So there should be two stops left if it goes green now.
Which car is in? Oh, that is the 28 car of Josh Combs that joined us late. Must have missed the grid. He's 15 laps now, and we haven't even seen him on the track until just now.
Yeah, I saw he was on pit road early. Like when the race started, he was on pit road. He must have had some kind of problem there. Old Josh Reese has got himself sitting 12th after his connection issues. Hopefully he doesn't have any more problems. This field's getting thinned out. We might have some long green flag runs now.
Yeah, we got some cars way in the back that are going to need to catch up before we get to the green flag coming out of 4.
It'll be interesting to see how long it takes Josh to get up front here. I think you'll see a little bit more patient version of Josh, but maybe I'm wrong. I've raced with him enough to know that I think he'd probably take his time getting through the field.
Yeah, he doesn't have very far to go. Still a lot of laps.
And he thinks long picture, worries about his tires.
Yep.
Pretty decent start there by the field.
Mark Hamilton, Giordano Dunford, and Jesse Adams in that 55. Jeff Gordon, Jurassic Park car.
Yeah, Josh didn't have the most overly aggressive start. He's still at the tail end here, but he'll start working his way out.
23.
A lot of laps
Hamilton
left
looking to make a move. Side by side for what, 8-9 rows there.
Yeah, these restarts are a lot of fun. There's a lot of action.
Hamilton tried something, but that outside just had so much more momentum.
Well, he just lined up there and got the draft and bump draft going. But speaking of the draft, it just goes to show you how strong it is. The 23 was able to suck himself up there, but he didn't really have any help, so he fell back.
Jesse Adams done for battling side by side now for second.
Kind of seems like the 23's really driving the corners, and he's losing so much, being too fast at apex.
Jesse Adams, power mover around the 7, taking the lead through 3 and 4. Now Dunford making a power move on the bottom, or at least trying to.
That outside's just so strong when they're lined up like that. He'll dive it down in the corner here and try to make up what he just lost.
He works out how it's done. He's thinking, I'm taking that lead back.
Forrest Hamilton's kind of quietly made his way up to the top 3. That last wreck really kind of shook the field up. We got Alan Wernicke sitting in 6th, up from 22nd as well.
A lot of passes from Nico. It's exciting.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's how this would play out. It's just so easy to get a run. And the thing is with the runs that you can get, if you get a run, you pretty much got to take it, because you got to assume the guy behind you's got the same run as well. Josh Reese played it patient there, and he is about ready to break back into the top 5.
Yeah, he's going to be on that outside, the predominant line right now. He's definitely picking them off one at a time. Now he got by the 72. Wernicke like he's stuck down low. Might lose another position. Into the top 5, we got that 89, a bad Brad Steffen.
Yeah, he really threw it down in there. It didn't stick very well. He's going to lose a few spots off that one.
Michael's has made it into the top 10.
Well, they kind of single filed out, but I think we're going to see some passes here. Dunford's pulling out here. He's thinking about making a move.
Throwing it down deep in there in the bottom.
Yeah. Got himself up side by side for first.
Contact was made.
He really tried to force that one in there. That almost turned out bad for him.
Yeah, that hole closed up quick.
It's just really hard when your tires get worn. You think you got to run that you can make the pass, and if you don't clear them, they're going to have momentum on the outside, and they'll get you back. So if you're going to look inside, you really got to get your pass done before you get to exit, or they'll come back and take the spot back.
Oh, we got some contact back further in the field with the 89 and maybe the 3. Kept it going straight, but there was definitely some contact made.
Josh Reese is working on Dunford here for 4th place. He wants to stay in the high line. He did that pass on the outside.
Wernicke looking to follow him through to get into the top 5. Those guys are making some slicing and dicing moves.
I think we'll start seeing some pit stops here about lap 50.
That could definitely make things exciting.
Yeah, they went back green. It looks like back on lap 26. So that lap 49-50 range is probably when we're going to start seeing these guys coming down pit road.
Still making it 3 wide. Very close racing. Oh, we got a lap car they're going to have to maneuver around. Number 11 of Fox, heavy damage to the front end of that machine. He pulls that thing all the way down to the apron.
Oh, Josh's got himself on the bottom here. I don't know how well that's going to work out for him.
Been pretty strong.
He got a really good run off the corner there, but what we're seeing with the outside lane right now, just showing you how strong that is out there right now.
Devin Smith making it 3 wide, trying to take a position away from Reese.
Reese has got himself a little bit of tire left here.
I suppose technically he probably pit 2 laps later than everybody else did.
He's pretty good with the tire game. So some of these guys trying to make a lot of moves on the bottom this late might not work out as well as what it's gonna for somebody like Josh.
Seems to be coming forward. He's gaining ground.
Yeah.
Now he's going to slide up into that high line. In the 3rd position.
Yeah, Hamilton kind of stalled out there, and it gave him room to get back in that line. Devin Smith has really been pulling that bottom lane too. I guess I'm kind of underestimating the bottom line later in the run.
Wide down the back straightaway for 5th. Maybe 6th. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, they were bouncing off each other there pretty good. I thought we were going to see another wreck when they were 3 wide a lap ago.
Devin Smith up to 4th. Right in front of Hamilton. Smith and Warnke down on the bottom, trying to make a challenge for the lead.
That outside lane's just so strong, though. Three wide for 3rd.
Warnke full sends it down on the bottom.
That bottom lane just, if you don't have any help, you fall back in a hurry, and if you break your momentum at all on exit, you fall back.
Stripe. This is going to be the halfway point. Only 2 cautions so far tonight. Clark has led the last 26 laps or so. These guys are going to have to start thinking about getting in position for pit stops.
So if my calculations are right, when we hit the line, you can pit and be able to make it on fuel. So we should see these guys starting to come anytime, and they only got a few laps of fuel left anyways.
And if you've got to take a full load of fuel, you might as well take 4 tires.
Oh yeah, these are going to be 4 tire stops. You really abuse the left sides on a full run here. The left front I think will be down around 82, 80. Be interesting to see where everybody falls in line after pit stops. If you're not on and off-road efficiently, you're going to be left out of the lead draft. It'll be a fight.
Josh Fox wanting to be the first one on pit road today. Normally he's the last one. That's going to hand the lead to Aiden Giordano, and look who's in second, Josh Reese.
There is a lot of tire fall off, so there is a little bit of advantage coming down as soon as you can split things up here. It's just going to be a matter if you got a drafting partner when you get out there.
Yeah, you definitely want to go with the teammate if at all possible. We're going to have a wholesale of guys coming to pit road this time by. We'll keep an eye on these ones. This could get dangerous coming onto pit road. Giordano's going to lead us down. Pit road speed is what, 50 miles an hour?
Yeah, 50 or 55.
Everybody makes it on pit road clear.
Should be 4 tires and full fuel for everyone.
Reese with a little bit slower pit stop than everybody else.
Oh, we got a spinner on pit road. Let me go back and see who that is. That 3 car of Forrest Hamilton got on pit road a little hot here and looped her around.
That's going to cost him big on the track.
Yeah, there's no regaining. He's not going to come back on the track.
No, not without a caution.
We lost 8-10 seconds there.
After cycling through, looks like Brad Steffen with the lead. Wonder what happened to Dan Park.
I thought I saw him on pit road twice. He might have got a speeding penalty.
Ooh, costly mistake for the leader. Top 5 pretty spread out now. With that draft, though, I don't think it'll take them too long to get back caught up to each other.
Yeah, they'll get formed up here and run Stefan down, will be my guess. Stefan got himself on and on pit road pretty efficiently. I never know if I'm saying his name right. Is it Stefan or Stefan?
I was informed it was Stefan, because I've been saying it wrong for like 3 years. Because Brad Stefan sounds better. I don't know, but it's Stefan.
Looks like we're gonna have the top 6 in a group here. Matt Morrow's 8/10 off Warnicki, but he's by himself. I don't know if he's gonna have enough draft here to catch up. We'll just have to see.
On the outside of Stefan. These two battle side by side too long. That second group's gonna catch him and eat him right up.
Yeah, that's just gonna speed up the inevitable, though. These guys would have run them down regardless, but going too wide's definitely gonna let everybody catch back up. Morrow's back here, still desperately trying to get enough draft to hang with these leaders.
He does have the 28 maybe behind him, helping him push a little bit.
Oh, they're double wide towards the back of this pack. That might be just enough to get them up.
Yeah, Stefan fell from first to sixth.
It's really easy to do. Just these runs you can get. You know, you're kind of not safe anywhere. You go from first to sixth in a hurry if they time their runs right and you don't have any help. Morrow made it. Got a 7-way battle here.
Good job for Matt. It's nice seeing that 38 up front.
Yeah, I was watching him here. He's really pushing the car. He had to use some tires to get there, but he's there now. So we'll see if he rides and let things cool and just try to keep the tires under him now that he's here, or if he's going to try to go forward.
Joshua Reese making a play for the move around Giordano. '95 of Smith might be in some problems. Gotta flip the wall a little bit. Looks like he's able to keep up with the draft though. Dunford so fast earlier on in the race, now falling back to 8th, and he's got a huge gap. He is all by himself in no man's land.
Yeah, he's gonna end up getting gobbled up here by Lapanis and Jesse Adams. Steele, they're all running together. They'll bring him in here at some point.
Around Wernicke. Not doing, he's gonna fall back, maybe lose a couple spots. We will have to have one more green flag pit stop yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking that'll probably come, what, around lap 72?
You know, if way back into the top 10.
If I was in this lead group and I had a friend, I'd split this in half, I think. Nope, are we gonna get a yellow?
He's way down off the surface at 23 at Hamilton. Yes, yellow flag is out.
Well, that should, that'll make things interesting. Nobody's going to be able to make it after a pit stop, but if it was me, I'd be coming down for a set of tires for sure.
Oh, that 23 is done for. He hit that wall a ton. He hit that inside wall head on.
How many set of tires did these guys get?
I think it's only 3. Plus one they start with.
Yeah, so what they got was 3 sets in the pits. Everybody should have, what, 2 sets of tires left?
I'm thinking so. We're not in our fuel window though, so I don't know if these guys are going to come down pit road or not.
I think if I was behind the wheel, I'd come down.
Most of them are coming. We'll keep an eye on race leader Reese and see what his move is.
Stefan stayed out.
No tires for the number 1 car.
I think I would have taken 4, but who knows if there's some green-white checkers at the end? Maybe you want tires. It's just hard to say what strategy's the right one. You always want tires on pit road, but I think if anybody gets stuck with tires left at the end of the race, they're probably not winning.
Yep.
And I think we've seen enough battling that the odds of there being a late yellow is probably pretty good.
Third caution, lap 62, so a caution about every 20 laps on average. So if that holds true, we'll have another caution roughly around lap 80.
I think if I'm running this race, though, I would have taken 4 tires, sir.
Yeah, I always like having fresh tires on.
I just think if it goes green to the end here, if you're not on 4 freshies to start this run, it's going to be hard to be at the front of the pack. But Josh is pretty good at saving even when he's leading. So I don't know, but there is a lot of fall off.
So in Stefan's mind right now, he's got to be hoping another caution comes out pretty quick. Because in theory, he can only go about another 10 laps on fuel.
Yeah, I would say that's probably about what he's got left in the tank. And I didn't see how they merged last time. If you get on and off pit road and come out and you get right back in the lead pack, then I think he'll be all right. All right, man. I'm gonna watch about 1 lap here, 2 laps, and then I'm gonna leave you solo.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us tonight and giving us your expertise opinion.
It's an opinion. I don't know if it's expertise.
I don't know. I think you've got more polls than anybody else in the league. We'll see what kind of start we get with these old tires.
Well, the old 89 got a good jump there.
Yeah, they got a pretty good, solid run. Doesn't look like anybody's going to turn. I didn't see any cars kicking sideways.
It's almost looking like most people took fuel only there.
Oh, the 89 got super loose. He's going to lose tons of positions.
Keep an eye on LaPana. So he was on pit road long enough. He's definitely got tires.
Will do. All right, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us for a while tonight, and it was fun.
Yeah, you have a good one.
You too. Takes back Warnicki down on the bottom. And here comes... Oh, Brad Stefan causes a big one. Huge wreck. 89 got loose. Turned back up the track. Took out several drivers. Yeah, Dwayne, yeah, he did. Unfortunately, he stayed out with those old tires, and he got into the wall coming out of the corner. Couldn't keep it under him. Turned back right and took out a ton of good talent. Our leader's coming back down pit road. Kind of expect them to take tires now. Yeah, Dwayne, I kind of thought Trav had taken tires. He was in a good spot for the rest of the race. Unfortunately, we can see his number one just passed him there on pit road. That 16 car is foo-barred. Devin Smith making a quick pit stop. He's going to get back out. Alan Warnicki looks like he opted to stay out. Michael Steele with JTD. Good pit stop for him. He's going to come back out, and he's going to be rolling off the grid in third with 23 laps to go. These guys should be well within their window. We shouldn't see any more pit stops out of these guys. Heck yeah, Dwayne. We missed you, bud. You been doing some real life racing? Get that modified out of the garage? Steele and Reese coming back down pit road, kind of looking like they're going to come top off on fuel just to make sure they got enough. That crash took out a lot of drivers. When this all shakes out, it would be interesting to see who we got left with on the lead lap. Right now, it looks like we got Warnicki, Smith, Regal, and that number 86 who was involved in one of our very first ones. Hamilton, Reese, Hamilton, Park, Elam. Yeah, you missed the big one there, boss man. Stefan got loose, slapped the wall, ended up collecting a bunch of cars. Alright, lights are off on the pace car. We're gonna get stacked back up and see if we can't bring this thing home under green. Michael Steele, who's in 5th, back behind some cars, I do believe, due to his late pit stop. Pace car is off. Wernicke and Smith gonna lead us to the green flag. Wernicke gets a good start on the bottom. Smith on that high side. Oh, we're getting a little squirrely back there. We are down to just 9 cars on the lead lap. Starting with 25. In the number 72 machine. Does have the 99 beside him. 99 is several laps down. Devin Smith looking to make a move for the lead on the bottom. He's cleared Wernicke. 99 is a lap down. 28 cars a lap down. Several laps down. Devin Smith gonna lead lap 72. Joshua Reese making a play now to get underneath Wernicke. Alan Wernicke trying to get underneath the 95. Devin's going to lead it at the stripe. Side by side as we go down into turn number 1. Wernicke's got position. He's going to be able to clear him coming out of turn number 2. Lee Krause dropping down to the bottom, trying to give some drafting help to his teammate. Joshua Reese changes lanes, now going to make a pass on the high side for the lead. Michael Steele making it 3 wide down low. Hard hit by the 72 machine. Michael Steele now with the lead as we are under caution on lap 75. Steele and Reese coming to pit road. Hamilton opting to stay out. Michael Steele taking 4 tires. All right, when we go back green flag racing, it's going to be close to that 10 to go mark. Hamilton in the number 3 machine is on point. Reese in second, Michael Steele in third. Hamilton decides to jump down pit road. That's going to allow those 3 cars in front of the number 1 to get waved around our pace cars. We get lined back up to go green flag racing. It's going to be 13 laps to go when we go green. We do have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Hopefully we don't need them. All right, pace car is off. We're going to go green flag racing. Reese, Steele, Regal, Hamilton, Park, Elon, Hamilton are the only cars left on the lead lap. 7 cars. Joshua Reese up front once again. Michael Steele in second. Park sneaking his way back up into the top 5 with that beaten and battered at number 7. Michael Steele, who did collect a little bit of damage earlier on, looking to hold on to that second place, maybe challenge Reese for the lead in the closing laps. Reese pushing that number 1 machine very hard, gets very close to the wall, coming out of turn number 4, and then down all the way to the bottom of the track in the apex. That number 3 of Hamilton closing the gap on our leaders. Gonna make it a 3-way battle for the lead. Ten laps to go at the stripe for that number 1 of Joshua Reese. Michael Steele holding on to second for the JTD Motorsports team. Michael hasn't had the best luck in the ARCA this season. Looking to turn that all around here tonight with a podium finish. Last lap, first and second place were identical. Forrest Hamilton Jr. did have a faster lap than both of them by a 10th. Nose to tail through turns 3 and 4. Michael Steele down low. Reese up high. Alan Warnicki down low. He is a lap car. Going to be about 3 laps down here now. Involved in that last caution. Side by side now for second for Michael Steele and Hamilton. Hamilton has the momentum on the high side. He is going to take second away from Michael Steele. It's going to be 7 laps to go at the stripe for that number 1 machine. Top 3 cars have broken away from the rest of the pack. Steele trying to make a move on the bottom. He's going to have to slide back up in line behind the number 1. These two may have to team up if they want to have anything for that number 1 of Joshua Reese. First and second are teammates. No, maybe not. They do work together some, but might not be teammates. Six laps to go. Reese, Hamilton, Steele, Aaron Elam Jr., and Derek Regal in the top 5. In Michigan, we've had our share of spills here tonight. Seen a lot of good drivers get taken out. Joshua Reese, due to connection issues, completely fell out of the race. Had to come back in, was a lap down early on, and now has worked his way back up to the point, trying to hold off the 3 of Hamilton and the 5 of Michael Steele. Michael Steele takes over second from the number 3 of Hamilton, now looking to make a challenge for the lead. 4 laps to go for Joshua Reese, Michael Steele, and Hamilton. Nose to tail going down the back straightaway. Steele's going to send it in going into turn number 3. Not going to be able to clear him. Tucks back in behind him once again. Three laps to go for our leaders. The 3 car of Hamilton falling back just a little bit. Might be trying to cook up a run here. Reese now down low through turns 3 and 4. Swings up high on exit. Two laps to go. Time running out for Steele and Hamilton if they try to do anything with that number 1 machine. Steele's going to send it down in low in turns 3 and 4 again. No help on the bottom. He's not going to be able to do it on his own, I don't think. Side by side down the front straightaway. Steele might have something. Last lap. Steele falls back in line behind the number 1. Three and 4, here comes Hamilton. He slings it in there. Gets up into the wall. Steele's going to take second back over. Joshua Reese is going to hold on to the lead. Michael Steele in second. Hamilton in third. All right, bringing home that number 5 machine in second place tonight, we got Mr. Michael Steele.
How's it going, buddy? What's going on?
Not too bad. You gave that number 1 everything you could on those closing laps.
Yeah, man, that was I was just telling Joshua that was probably my best effort to win a race on Monday night. That was really stinks to not win, but proud of the effort for sure.
Real proud of that number 5 machine. I know you had some damage early on. I think you got collected in like the first or second caution. Wasn't a whole bunch, but it was a little bit.
No, thankfully I didn't get wrecked. I just got turned sideways. There was I was really close to the car in front of me, and he got on his brakes, and he was able to get checked up, and I knew I was fine also, but I knew Brad was behind me, and then I kind of got into the grass and spun it out, and thankfully Brad was able to react in time and not hit me, so I literally just got looped around on my own on the grass.
Well, that's
But,
good.
yeah. Then I easily could have been killed in the wreck in between, I think, Brad and the 21, and big wreck towards the end, but somehow went stealth mode and blinked right through it all. So kind of payback from disaster last week.
Oh, for sure. It was nice seeing that number 5 battling up front too.
Yeah, man, that doesn't on Monday nights that doesn't happen very often for me to put runs up like that. So definitely is a little bit of momentum going into next week. I like road course racing. I don't think I'm going to be towards the top at all, but I mean a top 5, top 10, decent week. I just enjoy road course racing, so
All right, buddy.
hopefully
Well,
help me back in points.
congratulations. I do believe you had a pretty good run last Thursday night too, didn't you?
Yeah, I think finished fourth and fourth in both races on Thursday, so just didn't quite have enough speed.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you back. It's always fun watching you race, and make sure you tell Marcy and Vivi said hi.
Yes, sir, will do. See y'all Thursday.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
Later.
All right, bringing home the number 3 car in third, Mr. Forrest Hamilton.
How's it going?
Not too bad, buddy. You and Michael Steele definitely swapped positions a couple times those last couple laps.
Yeah, that was fun.
Do you think you would have had anything for that number 1 machine?
Oh, me and him were just talking. I had a run on him coming in the 3 and 4. I just had to swerve up to miss that lap car right at the last second, and it cost me being able to hit the bump and run on him.
Gotcha. Okay. So you had a plan.
But yeah, my plan was to hit him in the bumper, and I just told him the same thing, and he knew it was coming. Can't be the number 3 and not try it.
Well, that's just it. It's karma. You got to. Well, the Dark Horse Racing number 3 looked pretty good tonight. You had some ups, had some downs, but overall, you were up front a lot of the night.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run for the number 3 machine. I got stuck on green flag pit stops. I went in sliding and spun it out and got a black flag, but it was a nice rebound.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we were talking about that in the broadcast. You came in just a little too hot.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get the 72 because I knew he was down there, so I sent it in a little hotter to not lock up and hit him or something. I'd rather take myself out than the other competitors.
Oh, for sure. Well, congratulations on finishing third. Next week we're at a road course. How are your chances there?
I feel like I'm pretty good at road courses. It's going to take some practice, but I've always been decent at road courses, so we'll see.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on finishing third. We look forward to seeing you back next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, he's the man of the hour, driving that number 1, Mr. Joshua Reese.
Subs. Sub, dude.
What a crazy night for you tonight.
Yep.
Started on the pole, led early, had a connection issue with your internet, so you fell out, came back in a lap down, had to work your way all the way through the field again.
Yeah. I I'd be really honest. I just have no idea what I just witnessed. Honestly, that was something.
Yeah, it was something. The last couple laps for the top three guys was pretty fun. Michael Steele and Forrest Hamilton, you guys were battling hard up front and respectfully hard.
Yeah, yeah. Congrats to those guys on their top three. It was good racing them at the end. I respect both of them and how they drive, and it's always good racing against them.
That is for sure. This should definitely help you out in the points. I know you were you leading coming into tonight?
No, I was behind Josh.
Oh, he had a bad night tonight, though.
Yeah, it sucks.
Take a quick look here where our point standings are. Yeah, there was only 6 points between you guys tonight. Looks like Dan Park was in third, 4 points behind you. And then Brad Steffen and Travis Lepenis. Other than you, everybody else in the top 5 had really bad nights.
Yeah, just kind of survived, I guess. I mean, that's about all I can say to it.
All right, buddy, we're off to a road course next week. What are your odds there?
I don't know. With these ARCA cars, we'll just kind of practice throughout the week, see where we stand, and then go into the race hoping for the best.
All right, buddy. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight before we cut you loose?
My teammates at JFM, Dan and Josh, I just want to thank them for everything they do with our team. I wouldn't be where I am without them, and I'm just blessed to be a part of a team with them, just because they do so much for me and help me out so much, and I really don't give them the respect back that I should. So,
all right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you guys all back next week.
yes, sir. You have a good one.
You too. Well, we had an adventure-filled night at Michigan Motor Speedway. Had some green flag pit stops almost. These guys are doing the best they can. It's sometimes a little tough. Tempers get a little heated. But we look forward to seeing these guys back next week at Watkins Glen. Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We hope you enjoyed spending your Monday night with us here at the East to West Apparel Company ARCA series on Monday nights, powered by the EFRL, Extreme Forces Racing League. Check us out on Discord. We're going to have racing 4 nights a week in the upcoming season. We got some big announcements coming there. Come check us out. We have a Discord link in the show description along with our Facebook link. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you back soon.